Yesterday, I had a strong feeling that I was no longer okay with the frequency of the word service. And I want to talk about why that is with you all and the roots of the word service. So I look a lot at different languages and I like to go back to their root words, their etymology, and I also look at them in different ways. Let's talk about the root of service. And it may not be a surprise for a lot of you, but I'm going to talk about how it may be playing out today in your life and your energetics. So service traditionally gets used a lot in religious contexts about worship, also in the New Age space about being service to self or service to others. It comes from Latin, from servus, which is a slave, servitium, which is to be a condition of a slave. And vitium is also very interesting here, although while it's not noticed as in the etymology as being servitium, it's coming from service. Vitium is another Latin word that means defect, default, sin, vice. So in the Greek and Hebrew Bibles, there's several words that can be looked at to mean service, and they have a little bit of different roots, but I'm just going to look at one of them, which is abad, which means keep in bondage, be bondman, bond service, slave, to work, to till. Now, why do I feel this matters? Because it still gets mentioned, we still put pressure on ourselves to be of service, to be service to others. It gets mentioned in the New Age space, and I don't remember, even I've mentioned it, that service to self is dark, I don't view it as bad, and I've never mentioned it as bad, but a lot of people view it as the negative side. Service to others is good. It is a process that helps you ascend. It is light. And in spiritual spaces, service, being of service. We want to be of service. We want to help. Even in our daily life, even if you're not spiritual, you may feel you have a strong purpose and you want to do something impactful and meaningful to others. But where I feel this root of bondage, of slavery, of defect is coming in energetically is the pressure that we put on ourselves. Is where we've fragmented from reciprocal and consensual communal responsibility and community exchange in relation to service, to bonding ourselves to our service, and to putting pressure on ourselves to be of service before we are ready. So many of us have service wounds of overgiving, but we also have servant's wounds to where we can put that pressure on ourselves to be of service before we're ready. And so it's not in our authenticity, it's not in our capability, it's not in our wheelhouse. And by not being able to see that we're not ready to be of service in that way, we are creating more harm. And it is creating this dynamic of good and bad that's not real. It's creating this bondage to our own expression and our own relationality to self and to others. To where when I ask myself, well, what's an alternative word to service? I heard community. Because community is interbeing, it's relational, it's being a part of community of care. And to where you approach your offerings, your ability, your purpose from a place of coherence instead of service as a place of readiness and authenticity, when you feel through what wants to move through me, what's ready to move through me, and what's already whole within me to be, to express, without the pressure of service to others, of binding your value to what you're able to offer to others.